Welcome to that Heartless Fiend After Movies. Tonight's review is of the new film Super 8. And I'm going to lose that accent because it's hard to keep going. It wasn't even a good one to begin with. Now, the basis of this film, as you find out through the plot, is not that it's really a horror film, which is what I thought going into it, so I was a little disappointed. Realistically, it's J.J. Abrams' remake of a Steven Spielberg movie, with Steven Spielberg helping to make it. If you haven't guessed, it's basically an adult version of E.T. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed the film. Now, as you may have noticed from the trailer, or one of the trailers, one's just a train wreck, which is fantastic, if not overdone. See, I've never seen a train that long, personally. Not that I've seen a whole lot, but I digress. The crash goes on for about 3 minutes, and it's not just that one car is exploding, it's that a new car keeps coming. But these kids are out trying to make this film, and sadly, a lot of people in the theater would rather have seen that film than the film they were watching. See, while I thoroughly enjoyed Super 8, there were obvious parts of the theater that did not care for it. But to delve right into the plot, these kids are making a zombie movie. They decide they're going to shoot at the train track. Because there's a plot in their movie where the main character is trying to send his wife away because the zombies are outbreaking. Yeah, in a film about an adult E.T., we have a group of children making a zombie movie. But of course the train crashes, and as you've seen in the trailer, the creature escapes. And I guess I'll go ahead and get into that, because that's what you really want to know about. The monster, or the alien, or the whatever the fuck it is. It actually is an alien. He likes to play with Rubik's Cubes, who eats people, makes dogs run away, and makes the army try to kill it. And there's a good reason, I guess, that the army thinks he's a bad guy, because he's about 3 times the size of a human. That being said, if you want a good picture, imagine imagine the Cloverfield monster, and if you've ever seen Ben 10, imagine 4 arms. If you haven't, just imagine the Cloverfield monster with 4 arms. Basically clear enough. And of course the creatures escape, people start disappearing, but that's not the thing that people seem to notice. Only one guy notices the sheriff goes missing. Everyone noticed that their electronics start missing. And in fact, an entire car lot loses all of their engines, which is later explained that the alien is taking these to try to rebuild his ship. And how is he doing that? He's magnetic, baby. It's not even a joke. I wish it were. Apparently some magnetic force is coming through, and he's using it to take metal and try to rebuild things. When all he needs are his Rubik's Cubes. I still wish that was a joke. By the end of the movie, his spaceship is made of Rubik's Cubes. Talking about this, I don't see why I liked it. But I guess I'll explain some of the things I did like. It was granted that's a remake of E.T., basically. The plot's kind of straightforward. But it had good pacing. It had really good suspense build-up, because you don't ever really see the whole creature until the very end of the movie, which a lot of people liked. Some people hated. There were mixed reviews. And, well, to tell the truth, I thoroughly enjoyed that they didn't show us everything up front. I liked having to wait to get my monster out of my monster movie. And honestly, watching this, I think it could win an Oscar this year. I enjoyed the film. It was very good, very well done. The child actors are amazing at what they're doing, or at least 2 of them are. There are others that aren't really significant for the plot. One of them loves to blow shit up, one of them's fat, kind of a stereotypical mix. See, the movie's supposed to be set in the 70s, even though watching it, you can clearly tell that it's 2011. But they like to throw in little jokes to make it seem like it's really the 1970s. Like, one guy has a Walkman, and the sheriff's like, "Oh, that'll never catch on, you kids with their music in the ears. We don't need that." You know, the obvious Rubik's Cubes everywhere, because Rubik's Cubes were, well, they were around then. They weren't exactly new, but they weren't really widespread, I guess. I'm not from the 70s. I don't know what the deal was with Rubik's Cubes. I can never figure the fucking things out. I tried. I got bored. Eventually, I did what everybody did and just peeled the stickers off and put them back on so it looked like I solved it. Then I kind of put it on display. But back to the movie and out of my personal life, or lack thereof, since I'm standing here at 4 a.m. on a Wednesday morning talking about this. And, you know, there's the love interest between the boy character and the girl character, and their fathers hate each other because her father was supposed to go to work one day at a factory, but he was drunk off his ass and didn't go. Which, by the way, this is also a movie that tells you not to drink or do drugs. So, you know, kind of, well, it's not really preachy. I like the messages they were sending, I guess. Well, he was supposed to go to the factory, didn't go, drunk off his ass at home. So the boy's mom goes in. There's an industrial accident. She gets crushed by a steel beam and dies. Which is sad and kind of depressing, admittedly. But we never saw the mother. I mean, we see her in like a real film about halfway through. But we don't actually get to know her as a character, so you can't really feel for her. I mean, you feel for the kid, because his mom's gone, obviously. And he's got this little locket that has her picture in it. Apparently she wore it every day of her life. And, you know, he keeps it with him, and at the end of the film he loses it because of a super magnet alien forearm thing. And I suppose I would feel worse about that too, once again, if we got to see his mother as a character instead of just his father, who is a total douchebag. But there's our PSA about drinking. Now for the PSA about doing drugs. See, they all get captured by the military, because the military is the real villain of the film, if you couldn't tell, because it's a remake of E.T. So the military come in, they evacuate the entire town, they start burning shit, trying to drive out the creature. And they take the kids, they get locked up. Now, the kids find the guy who ran the photo development booth, and they get the fat kid's hot sister to flirt with him and make him drive them back into town so they can hunt for the love interest who's been captured by the alien. And when I saw that, I got pissed off because I thought, oh, fuck, she's dead. I still don't really feel love for most of the characters, but the main boy and the girl I really liked. They had, I mean, for child actors, they actually had chemistry with each other. It was very odd to see. I know I talk a lot with my hands when I'm doing this. So they go back and they sneak into the school. I guess I should go back to the start. The reason the train crashed was because of this crazy black man, or you think he's crazy. He drives his pickup truck onto the train tracks, which a pickup truck somehow derails a train. I guess, I don't know. But it turns out he was part of the Air Force and the team that originally captured the alien. And if the alien touches you, he creates a telepathic link with your mind. And, you know, you can feel what he's feeling. So he felt that he just wanted to go home. Which is the thing. The monster doesn't want to hurt anybody. He doesn't want to kill. Well, he does after what the military does to him, because it's the U.S. military. They're fucking sick people. But he didn't want to. He just wanted to rebuild his ship and go home. Unfortunately, the military destroyed his ship and turned it into Rubik's Cubes. See, Rubik's Cubes are plot relevant. Back to the PSA. Because it's one of my favorite lines in the movie. They're all in the car. I mean, and the one guy's, the guy that's from the photo place is stoned out of his mind, so he can't even drive. So the like 10-year-old kid is driving the car. So they're driving through town, and there's tanks. There's tanks everywhere. And they swerve into a parking space, and the tank's behind them, so they can't get out. And the creature's coming. This is my pantomime, I guess. And they're like, dude, wake up, you gotta wake up, we gotta go, the thing's coming. And then one of the other kids is like, dude, he's way too stoned, and the other kid's like, oh my god, drugs are so bad. And there's your PSA. Don't do drugs. Aliens in the army will come for you. Yeah. Anyway, it's a good film. Check it out. Really, I honestly think it could win an Oscar this year, or at least be one of the nominees if it doesn't actually win. Because there's still 6 more months left, so there could be something amazing. Or Harry Potter or Breaking Dawn could just take it because they're Harry Potter and Breaking Dawn. Wish we did get a new trailer for Harry Potter in the movie. Or maybe it's not new, maybe I just hadn't seen it. But it looks awesome. I can't wait for that. I'm really getting off topic tonight. It's late. It happens. So I'm sorry if I spoiled it for you. I know this is a review. So spoilers are entailed, I guess. But yeah, a lot of people on the internet actually seem to think that this was a prequel to Cloverfield. And it's clearly not. The creatures are nothing alike. And this was obviously an alien. Supposedly the one in Cloverfield was man-made or something. We don't even really know. And Cloverfield's years old now, so do we really even care? No, I don't. Personally, I want to see a new Godzilla movie. I don't care about Cloverfield anymore. Cool to begin with. Of course, if they make a sequel, of course I'm going to go see it. I mean, I'm the horror movie buff here. At least this review is actually a horror movie, so I can get into that. Now, hopefully, as far as the channel goes, we'll get to actually making our older video reviews soon, not just trying things that might kill us, and Dr. Fedora reviewing his Green Lantern action figures. Which Green Lantern comes out this week too, so there might be something up here for that with me and the Doctor, because he's obsessed. But remember to like and subscribe if you like this video. If not, you've already watched it, so I'm getting views, so that helps me out. Tell your friends. Nothing else if you don't like my stuff or the Doctor's work on his own. Watch us trying to kill ourselves. It's always fun, except for us. Because honestly, after a couple of the ones we did, I couldn't eat for about 3 days. But that's all I have for you tonight. Check out Super 8. If you didn't know, the name is based on an old type of film called Super 8. Kodak made it. It's what they used to film the movie. Oh, one more final note. If you do see it, stay through the credits. Because they will show you the movie that the kids were filming, and that is the movie you want to see. Well, maybe not. Maybe you want to see the alien. But after you see the alien, and after you've watched all these kids have been through, you will want to see their fucking movie. And if you don't, shame on you. Good night, everybody. I am that Heartless Fiend.